today we come together for our Green Schools initiative. We get a long history in the area, and it's a super important part of our initiatives and sustainability with our school districts. So we appreciate you being here. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my friend, the Honorable Mayor Brian Barnett, to kick us off here. Thank you.
So we got this podium, but Bob's doing it super cash, so I guess we'll stand up here. And we do appreciate the partnership with Rochester Community Schools. It's been great, and I want to thank Dr. Shaner and Lori and the leadership team, because we've done this now. We have a pretty good cadence of how this works, and y'all have been so helpful in making this happen. This is a really important day and a really important event. And I still scratch my head at why there aren't more of these celebrations across the U.S. and across Michigan. We seem to be onto something here that a lot of other school districts and cities aren't engaged in. We're really proud of our relationship, not only with the schools, but also with our friends from Recyclebank. And you'll meet them in just a minute. But to go back, as I do just briefly, because now it's been a little bit of a longer time, and you may not remember, but it was 2007, 2008, and the city's situation in terms of trash pickup and recycling was pretty dire. We were actually one of the worst communities in Michigan. The statistics showed that about 18% of our residents recycled on a regular basis, which is certainly not where we want to be as kind of a progressive, environmentally friendly, well-educated community that wants to lean into things, not be the last folks to be drug into something. And so we looked as a city to try to find partners that could help us. And we engaged two at the time, Republic, to help us get a single hauler solid waste system. And then we really wanted to focus on recycling. And so we gathered and a bunch of information and found a fantastic partner in Recyclebank. Now, we didn't know anything about Recyclebank. They're out of New York. No one in the state of Michigan was working with them. In fact, no one between Cherry Hill, New Jersey and Albuquerque, New Mexico was working with Recyclebank. But Recyclebank had this unique idea that if we took this concept of rewarding people for good behavior, much like the same way when you go to get gas tonight, you're probably going to use the same credit card that you got gas with last time, or when you fly, you generally fly and use the same credit card. That point system where you connect value with an experience, if we could engage their program to connect value with recycling and then in turn reward our community members for doing it, we were curious what kind of change we could create in our community. And that change has been pretty dramatic. From going to one of the worst recycling communities in the region to actually the best recycling community. We went from 18% to now I think our average is about 82% of our residents recycle on a weekly basis. That number is, I think, number one in Recyclebank's portfolio of national municipalities. As far as we can tell, it's number one in the state of Michigan, and the only folks that were even remotely close to us are Canadian cities where recycling is mandatory. And so this is really a testament to the program and a testament to the residents' belief and support of the program. So the program itself is kind of unique. You see the end of it, the Green Schools program, but the reason you're here is because our residents have done some pretty unique things too. They have engaged and have done what they're supposed to do in separating their trash and throwing recycling out in sort of a separate bin. And each time they do that, like when the Barnett family does it each week, we're given a series or a significant amount of points. And we can then take those points and we can use them at different places in the community, different vendors, different locations, coupons, discounts, things of that nature. And many residents do that. I think the last time I looked at the stats, we have about 100 rewards redeemed a day, or about 5 during the length of this little press conference here this morning, this afternoon. But some people don't redeem those rewards and coupons, and they are the ones that participate in our Green Schools program. And for every 250 points, our schools get $1. And you think that would take a long time, but as all of you know, and as certainly as Dr. Shaner knows, that's meant real dollars for Rochester Community Schools. So much so that today, when we hand out the checks to each of you, I feel like Oprah, because it's pretty much you're going to get a check, and you're going to get a check, and you're going to get a check, and you're going to get a check. We'll go over $100,000 of monies donated in the past six plus years back to the community, back to the community schools, just for our residents doing the right thing with their trash. And that's such a great sort of cyclical message about, and these programs that you have that we'll talk about in just a moment are the result of people doing really good things and making good environmentally sound decisions, partnering with a company who understands the importance of that, and really kind of this green circle that we're so proud of. It's really a true worst to first story in the city of Rochester Hills. And uniquely enough, again, I wish there were more, I think the numbers from Recyclebank that over $500,000 has been contributed nationally in the last 6 years. $100,000 of that, coast to coast, Atlantic to Pacific, has come to the Rochester Community School District. So nationally, 20% of the dollars that they give back as a corporation have come right back to our district. So that means that all of you are really engaging the program well. You're finding great programs. Our residents believe in those programs. They're getting online, they're funding those programs, and we really couldn't be more proud of our relationship. The final thing I'll say about Recyclebank before I invite Alyssa up is that we have just renewed our contract with Recyclebank for another 5 years as of last month. And one of the unique parts about the contract is that we wish we could keep Alyssa, but she has to go back. But they're going to hire someone locally that will refresh the reward programs more regularly. So they're going to be going door to door into the businesses of our community, into the corporate doors of Rochester Hills, and asking them to participate in this so that there are even more rewards. So the Recyclebank program is even more vital and more engaging. And so it's just a really great relationship. We've been so appreciative. We've appreciate not just, we're here because we're going to celebrate and we're going to hand out some money, but they've really changed the culture of our community relative to recycling. I am one of the rare people that enjoys garbage day. I like driving down the street and seeing every single green can out on my street. And those of you that live in the city of Rochester Hills know what I'm talking about. Nearly everybody participates in this program, and certainly you wouldn't have to go back too far when our situation was completely different here in the city of Rochester Hills. So today we're here to give away some money. We're here to celebrate your success in this continued circle of green that we're so proud of starting with our partners from Recyclebank. And at this point, I'd like to invite Alyssa up to tell us a little bit more about the program. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Alyssa. I manage the Recyclebank program and the relationship with Rochester Hills and Recyclebank. As partners with Rochester Hills, Recyclebank is thrilled to support the local schools that are committed to teaching students about the importance of taking care of the environment. Green Schools is dedicated and designed to empowering youth to become green heroes and make a green impact in their community. We're very pleased that this year's Green Schools program was once again successfully able to inspire sustainable behavior among students while encouraging innovation. And we're so excited and so proud to support the efforts. I know if Paul, our CEO, was here, he always says this is his favorite part of his job is to help support the schools and the students. And he gets really excited to present the checks to the kids and to the teachers and everybody involved in the community. And he actually emailed me this morning and said that he was really jealous that he couldn't be here today. So I'm excited to be here. This year, we're proud to present a total of $13,500 to support 8 different projects right here in the community. And of course, we're looking forward to continuing our sustainable education initiatives and providing valuable incentives to residents who are learning how to make greener choices every day. And the mayor mentioned how we're refreshing our rewards right now. So I have a stack of cards with me, and if you have a favorite local business, let us know, and we can reach out and we can try to get them on board as a reward partner. We'd love to have input from everybody in the community, for what your favorite business is, and we can see what we can do to get them as a reward partner. So I want to thank the students and the educators who are dedicated to bringing sustainability into schools, and our members, of course, our members who donated their points to these projects. We're proud of this program, and everything we do, every little thing we do, it brings us one step closer to a waste-free future. So without further ado, I'm going to present the checks. Okay. So we'll start with that. Dan, Van Hoosen Middle School. The project is students stay hydrated at the refill station while reducing water bottle waste.
Dan, you just need to introduce everyone that's
Oh, yeah, this is Mrs. Bakari. She's one of our parents and lead of that. And then my name's Dan William, the principal of Van Hoosen Middle School. And it's a great partnership and celebration for our students, but also our community as well. They definitely step up just when we need them. And you know, something so simple of just a water refilling station, but it really does. Our students bring water bottles, and if we can encourage them to bring kind of those hard plastic ones versus the reusable ones, will be great for the future. So we're really excited for that partnership. So thank you to the community.
It's great.
Thank you so much.
It wouldn't be possible without the PTA's participation and support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to everybody that checks out again.
Thank you so much.
Okay, next is Delta Kelly Elementary School for an indoor wall garden that connects students with outdoor nature and learning.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Next is Hampton Elementary School for a pollinator garden.
Brian, would you just quickly introduce and talk about it? Yeah, bring it.
This is Mariah Leskowitz. She's just been just integral in not only student participation, but also bringing a lot of the staff on board. Some great partnerships that have been built. And just exciting after all of our bond renovations, we have an opportunity to reestablish and create some new spaces that will be great learning opportunities for students.
So what we're going to do in the fall, we're going to start by lasagna gardening, if you're familiar with that, with newspaper and leaves and stuff, and build up the soil, because where we're putting it is not great soil. So we have to start with that, and we're going to bring the kids along and teach them about how the soil is, and then we're going to put their things, native plants that bees and butterflies and birds enjoy. So a lot of milkweed, a lot of other pollinating natural flowers native to Michigan.
Awesome.
So.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you. Where are we at? Rochester Adams? Rochester Adams High School for cafeteria recycling containers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I give credit for this idea to some of our Adams High School students. We met in early fall, and I asked them to take a look around the school and let me know where there was a need. And so they came to me not too long after that and said, we need some more recycling containers. They noticed students are not going to walk way out of their way to recycle. It needs to be in the common routes that they take. So by adding 4 new recycling containers, I think we're making a good difference there.
Awesome. Thanks.
Okay, yeah.
Congratulations.
I think we can take this.
Don't take it to the bank.
To endorse it with a Sharpie.
Long Meadow Elementary for a media center makerspace with environmental initiatives.
Awesome. Just tell us a little bit about it.
Actually, I give all this credit to our wonderful Green Committee Chair, Jennifer Lagerboom. She works very hard, and she spoke with our makerspace and our media director, and our 5th grade class actually left a legacy gift of revitalizing our atrium, courtyard, and it's beautiful. So it's a great thing. We're going to be putting a rain barrel out there and storage, and it is a great thing for our kids to learn and enjoy forever.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just so hopefully make it even more beautiful. Congratulations.
McGregor Elementary School. McGregor is doing a soil restoration project.
I'm just accepting that. How's that sound?
Great job if you can find it.
Thank you.
Rochester High School. For for permanent hallway and common space recycling bins.
Share a little bit about the program.
Yeah, so I'm a science teacher at Rochester High School. I also run the Green Club. So we start the year with like 80 kids or more that are really interested, and it dwindles off a little bit from there. But our last meeting last week, I still had over 30 kids there, and I couldn't believe it. And that's with seniors gone. So we have been building a recycling program for years, and we're looking to buy more permanent recycling bins that the district has kind of found and approved that we're going to put inside the concept.
That's great. More big checks there.
Thank you.
Stony Creek High School. Stony Creek High School saying goodbye to plastic water bottles.
Sounds like I know what that means, but you want to share a little bit about how you're doing that?
Our student Green Club had this great idea that to make use of our previous grant where we put in drinking fountains, and with the bond work we're getting more drinking fountains to get students reusable water bottles instead of using disposable.
That's fantastic. That's great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for everybody's
Thank you.
support, particularly the PTA. It would be possible without their organizing and reaching out partnership. Brian, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Recyclebank.
Happy to do it. And Alyssa, thank you for flying here to be with us for this. I just would say, how many of you live in Rochester? Listen, if you live in Rochester, okay. Keep recycling, keep getting those points, earning those points, and let your friends and neighbors know. Even in our city, we still have a few people, it's like about 30% that haven't even collected or logged in to get those points. We have something like 5 million points in our city, literally 5 million points in our city. All of those could be turned immediately into dollars for the schools. So it's just about education. It's about letting people know. It's about making sure that as a city we're doing what we can do under Bob's leadership, great leadership here to help get the students involved and get the PTAs and all of you, the teachers and educators involved. We want to keep, I want to take 60% of the nation's money and bring it back to the Rochester Community School District. So thank you for being here. Thank you for participating. Keep spreading the word and keep recycling. And all the big checks coming up, we'll do one more picture together. Is that all right?
Perfect.
Thanks, everybody.